Retired Lieutenant Colonel Tony Schaefer says our vetting still is not good enough.
We didn't vet the guy beforehand, Brian. I mean, his name itself is Sword of Allah. That's the clue, the Sword of Allah. So that's not like Joe. And I think that was a clue to where he came from.
All right, joining me now, the author of Standing Alone, An American Woman's Struggle for the Soul of Islam, and co-author of the Muslim Reform Movement, Asra Nomani. Asra, it's great to have you here. So much to discuss with this. You know, a lot of liberals are arguing that extreme vetting, it's not going to help. Attackers are radicalized after they're admitted into the United States. What do you say?
Well, I do believe that we need to do more vetting. We have to do vetting not only of human beings, but we have to do vetting of the ideas that are crossing into America's borders. The real issue that concerns me as a liberal is that too many people on the left and inside of our Democratic Party are refusing to acknowledge the ideological problem that is the underlying issue behind this Manhattan attack. We had, unfortunately, this afternoon, the former journalist and interviewer of Osama bin Laden stepping forward to speak for the NYPD and saying that this attack had nothing to do with Islam. We have Muslim activists who are trying to claim that you are Islamophobic if you talk about Islamic extremism. The real issue is that we're not vetting our ideas, and we're not saying Islamic supremacy and Islamic radicalism are not okay in this world. And that's the heart of what we need to tackle as a country. And unfortunately, what I see on that part is a lot of cowardice.
Well, and it means being politically incorrect, which is something that the country, I mean, we've gone the opposite direction, especially under the previous administration. So what about the vetting process? If they do enhanced vetting, if they really step this up, as President Trump has discussed, do you think that that would help stop these ISIS-inspired attacks in the United States?
I don't think that it will stop it, honestly, because these ideas are crossing borders that are porous. We have to have increased vetting because we are, in fact, not doing enough to stop radicalization from coming into this country. And the idea that we can stop through human beings this threat is one that we shouldn't be naive about. We have to continue to put pressure on governments like Saudi Arabia and Qatar so that they shut down the mosques and the propaganda channels that are putting out the kind of ideology that makes a man think that it's Islamic and legal and religious to then plow people on the streets of Manhattan and then declare Allahu Akbar, God is great.
You know, it's amazing. It's still, I think, kind of surreal what happened yesterday here in New York. I do want to switch gears because, so Fox is reporting that the mosque that the terrorists attended was on the NYPD's watch list for years. Listen.
The mosque right behind me here, the Omar Mosque. We're actually outside of Saifullah Saipov's mosque and also his residence because he lived right behind this mosque, right back over here. The Omar Mosque right behind me has been on the NYPD's radar, even though we're in New Jersey, been on the New York City Police Department's radar since 2005. They've been keeping an eye on this mosque.
Okay, what do you make of that they've been watching that mosque for years?
You know, it's really tragic to me. I came to this country as a 4-year-old, and I first lived in New Jersey. That's where my father was studying at Rutgers University. My father fought so that Saudi influence would not come to the mosques here in America. But we have been penetrated by dangerous ideologies. And it only took me 2 seconds looking at the Facebook page of that mosque to know
so frightening
that it is intolerant.
Asra, it's so frightening. Thank you so much for being here.